And maybe as we move to our next and final speaker, he'll have some points from an African point of view on how to deal with that. We have 2 more speakers. Oh, sorry. Okay. James. James Mwangi is CEO of Equity Bank. And my question for you, James, is the FFD process sought to reinvent development approaches. And within Africa, you've been a strong advocate that the financial sector can, in fact, innovate and lead by example and have really strong development impact. Could you please tell us how that would work and where you would like to see a stronger linkage between FFD outcomes and the SDGs to really transform the banking sector in Africa? Thank you.
Thank you very much. One, I think the financial sector needs to play a significant role if we are to achieve the aspirations stipulated on the 2 concepts. And when you look at development, financial sector allocates resources for all the development initiatives. And at the moment, the allocation mechanism seems not to have been fairly inclusive. A huge part of the global population is left out. It's not integrated, even in the effort of development. So I think the biggest reinvention or innovation needs to focus on inclusion. How can we get the global population, as it is, actively participating in development initiatives? Dreams and aspirations are shared, but financial sector doesn't equitably allocate resources for those dreams and aspirations. And so that's why I think the financial sector needs to play. To play that, there are 2 aspects that needs to be done. We need to develop a unique way of assessing and dealing with risks, because that lack of equitable allocation is all blamed to risk. The second one is pricing. How do we price risk such that finance becomes more affordable, so that more and more people could participate? And lastly is the delivery mechanism. The banking industry needs to reinvent itself and keep up with the time, so that the mechanism of delivery are keeping up with the rest of the development. What would be the most likely outcome? If we got it right, the likely outcome is more equitable development, it's sustainable development, and all these would be through shared prosperity. It is development that creates shared prosperity for all, and consequently sustainable development for the world. Thank you, Barbara.
Well, thank you, James. You made a lot of points that I think we'll want to follow up on in terms of really thinking through perhaps some of the interaction here between your view of what banks are doing and the other actors at the table.
Doing business in Africa. You can't afford to be without Africa Investor.